कौन सा पेपर है ये? नवंबर है, जून है? Find the number of different arrangements of the nine letters of the word. In which the three E's are together and the two D's are. Okay, hello and welcome to another stream. Today's paper is November 24, variance 3. We're solving a paper 3 for A2. Uh, okay, let's begin. If you have any questions, please ask during the stream so that I can answer them on the go. Okay, the first question is complex numbers. It says the complex number z satisfies the equation this, an argument of z is this. On an Argand diagram below, sketch the locus of points representing z. Okay, so this one is a circle, center 0, 0, and radius 2. Okay, so let me just grab my ruler from here so that I can draw that accurately. That's 2. Okay, and now since I don't have, this shouldn't be shaded. Since I don't have a protractor on my iPad, I will draw an approximate line using just a 45-degree angle. You will measure 45 degrees from here. There needs to be one line at 0 and the other has to be at 45. So it should look something like this. Okay. On the Argand diagram, sketch the locus of points representing z. The argument can be between these two and this is equals to 2. Okay. Now this is a little tricky and you should understand this, that you can't leave the diagram as it is. What you need to do from here is that the radius of the circle is exactly 2 and the arguments needs to be between 0 and pi over 4. So you will need to erase this part actually or make it dotted or something like that. Okay, because this part of the circle is then not included. It's not a complete circle. Only the argument has to be between 0 and pi over 4. So technically this line should also be erased then. Erase the, okay, so that is the complete solution to this. Okay, let's see part 1. Okay, so that's part 1. On the same diagram, sketch the locus of points representing z square. Okay, so z square is going to have a modulus of, now the rules, according to the rules, the modulus of z also gets squared, so that's 2 squared, which is 4. So the circle is now going to be at 4, and the argument is going to be n times the argument of z, which means that it's going to be 2 times the argument of z. Now this is a question that is now repeated in 2 past papers. This part of the topic is called rules of modulus and argument, if you have followed my lectures, and please go back and revise those if you think that is what is necessary. Or okay, and this circle is going to stretch from there to there. Okay, because the argument is now going to be between 0 and 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. I think that should be the correct answer. Yes. Okay, so a slightly tricky question compared to the rest of the past papers that you have, because the circle is not a shaded area basically. Otherwise, this question is usually on a shaded area situation. Okay. Next question looks like it might be numerical solutions and a mixture of polynomials for that matter. Let's try doing this. Pi over 4 into 2. हाँ, अली rules होते थे ना कि z power n will have n times the argument of z, and it's going to have n power the modulus of n, z. Okay, ये rules होते थे, rules of modulus and argument. Show that if a sequence of values given by the formula this converges, then it converges to the root. I just want to prove to you that the two equations are equal basically. I'm going to first square both sides, cross multiply, so 5x square minus 2x cube equals to 4, and I bring everything to one side. And I've proved to you. Okay, that is simple. The equation has a root close to 1.2. So x1 is 1.2 then. And then I do my normal calculator. So 1.2 equals 2, and then I need to type this entire thing out. X2 is getting me 1.2403. So 1.24. X3 is getting me 1.260001, sorry. 0.26. 1.2700, 1.27, 1.27451, so 1.28, and then I have a repetition at 1.28. Okay, so my root is 1.2. Hope that's correct. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Next question is linear law. It says the number of bacteria in a population P at time T average is modeled by the equation this, where A and K are constants. The graph of L and P against T is shown in the diagram, has gradient 1 over 20. Okay, so M is 1 over 20 and intersects the vertical axis at 3. State the value of K and the value of A correct to two significant figures. Okay, so let's first bring it to the linear form. So I take an ln on both sides. This becomes ln A e power kt. Ln P equals to ln A plus ln e power kt. Ln A plus kt ln E. Ln E is 1. So I have my desired form. My y-axis is ln P. So this is my y-axis. Ln P. My x-axis is t. That is also obvious in the question. My gradient is k. Okay, so gradient in that case is 1 over 20. So I stated the value of the gradient. And my y-intercept is ln A. So ln A equals to 3. A equals to e power 3. E power 3 from my calculator is 20.0855. So that's 20 because it says two significant figures. Okay, two significant figures. Find the time taken for P to double, giving your answer to the nearest hour. Okay, so Hmm. I have 20 e power 1 over 20. Now I could do this in a lot of ways. P is 3 when t is 0. So when is p 6? ln p is 3. Okay, so p is ln p is 3. P is e power 3. So when is it 2 e power 3? I think that should solve the question. P is 13.948. So T is 14 hours. Just checking. Yeah, T is 14 hours. Okay. I just taken the starting value, doubled it, and then solved the question. Find the complex number z. So quickly, a second question, complex numbers, and this is an unusual trend in the November 24 series that you have a lot of topics repeating themselves. And to be honest, there are some topics that are missing from the past paper. So whatever was missing in November 23, you can probably November 24, you can probably expect that to come June 24 for you. Find the complex number z satisfying the equation, giving you an answer in the form this. So one thing that I could do first is, because this is a simple equation, it's not quadratic, the x plus yi minus 3i. In fact, I could just solve this first and then worry about z later on, because I think there's a lot of multiplication involved. What happened in part B for this? ये पूछ रहा हूँ. मैंने बेसिकली अली p की वैल्यू ln p की वैल्यू 3 ली थी, तो p की वैल्यू e पावर 3 हो गई थी, and then I doubled it to find out what is the nearest hour. सही है. फिर t के लिए सॉल्व कर लिया मैंने. सही है ना. यस, बेसिकली मैंने एक कोई कोऑर्डिनेट उठा लिया था ना, बिकॉज द स्टार्टिंग कोऑर्डिनेट वाज 3, तो मैंने कहा कि डबल कब हो जाएगा. नाइन आई माइनस 9zi minus plus 27. Okay, then I can do x plus yi here, x plus yi here, so 3x plus 3yi, 9i minus 9x minus 9yi plus 27. So real equals to real. 3x equals to minus 9x plus 27, and imaginary equals to imaginary, 3y equals to 9 minus 9y. So 12x equals to 27x equals to 27 over 12, which is 9 over 4, and 12y equals to 9y equals to 3 over 4. I've made some mistake then. Aha. Very silly mistake right up front that messes up my entire calculation. I think I may have done something wrong. Yeah, I saw that. Have I done some other mistake? I missed an I as well. ये मैं देख रहा था, मैंने काफी सारी चीजें मिस की हुई. Okay. 9xi minus 9yi square plus 27. 3x plus 3yi. 15i. Where did I get 15 from? (21i). So real equals to real and imaginary equals to imaginary. Okay, things becomes x plus x equals to 3y plus 9. I've divided everything by 3, and this becomes y equals to minus 3x plus 7. So I substitute x here. So y minus 9y minus 27 plus 7. So 10y equals to minus 20. Y equals to minus 2. And 3. So I made some silly mistakes and that gave me the wrong answer. So 3 minus 2i is the correct solution. Okay. I don't know, they've done it in a very long way. I'm not sure why. In any case. Okay, next question. This is show that cos 4 theta minus sine 4 theta minus 4 sine square cos square theta is the same as this. Okay, what I see is that three terms that actually fit, no, they don't fit into a square to ab plus b square. Okay, so these two can be factorized. I can say that this becomes cos square theta minus sine square theta. Okay, and this looks like, the other one looks like 2 sine theta cos theta whole square. I can see that happening. So yeah, and given that you've done enough past papers, you should be able to see this as well. Okay, this becomes sine 2 theta whole square, which becomes minus sine square 2 theta. Okay, and minus sine square theta, and sine square 2 theta is basically 1 minus cos square 2 theta. Why am I doing this? Because I see this happening. Okay, so this becomes cos square theta minus sine square theta, and cos square theta plus sine square theta. So this is cos 2 theta, and that is 1. So that's cos 2 theta. Okay, I have the proof that I wanted. Okay, so that's the equation. This alpha लगा दिया सिर्फ theta की जगह. Yeah, that's the only thing that's changed. Equals to 4 sine square theta. Solve the equation this. Okay, so if I bring this to the left hand side, I know that this equation is the same as the one that I just proved to you. So it's going to be cos square 2 alpha minus cos 2 alpha plus 1 equals to 0. Plus cos and then minus. Okay, so feels like it. थोड़ा सा difference है लेकिन u equals to, okay, this is this quadratic, so a is 1, b is 1, and c is minus 1. So cos 2 theta के आंसर्स आ रहे हैं, 2 alpha के आंसर्स आ रहे हैं 0.618 and minus 1.6. Not possible. What is the given domain? 0 to 180. So I'm going to just quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So A and C. My calculator should be now in radians. No, not radians, degrees. Okay. Shift. I'm taking out the basic angle and I'm saying that this should be equals to cos inverse of 0.618. $51.83. Quadrant 1 to alpha equals to 51.83. Quadrant 4 to alpha equals. Good to know, Justin. There are more, I will be solving more recent past papers from today. 25.9. Okay, let's check. Yeah, that is the correct answer. Okay, moving on, we have question number 6. The lines L and M had vector equations this and that. Lines L and M intersect at the point P. State the coordinates of P. The interesting thing about this is they both have the same starting point, which means that you don't really need to calculate P. It's given to you. State का मतलब होता है कि you don't need to solve, answers there in front of you. Find the exact value of the cosine of the acute angle between L and M. So cos theta equals to B1 dot B2 mod of B1 mod of B2. So what's B1? Minus 1, 0, and 2, and 2 minus 1 and 5. Minus 2 plus 0 plus 10. So we root of 5, and 25 plus 5 is 30. So cos theta. The cos theta is 10 over root of 150. That becomes 5 root 6. Okay, so I might have to rationalize this. I'm going to just use my calculator. The cos theta comes out as 6 root 6 over 3. Okay, I just use my calculator to find that answer. 8 over 5 root 6. Did I make a calculation mistake? Yes, I did. Stupid. 8 over 5 root 6. That's 4 root 6 over 15. Okay. Part C vector is the point A on line. L has coordinates 0, 1, 1, 1. The point B on line has coordinates this. Find the area of triangle APB. Okay, the interesting thing about this question then is that I know the angle that I have between these two lines, right? So let's say these two lines are going like that. P is definitely the intersection point. Okay, let's say P is there. P has the coordinates 2, 1, and minus 3. 2, 1, and minus 3. And A is somewhere here, and B is somewhere here, let's say. So A has the coordinates 0, 1, 1, and B has the coordinates 0, 2, and minus 8. I have this angle जिसका मुझे cosine पता है. Cosine is 4 root 6 over 50. So I can use the formula, the sine formula for area. First I will have to calculate AP, the magnitude of AP. So that's going to be 1 minus minus 3 whole square plus 1 minus 1 whole square plus 0 minus 2 whole. 16 plus 4, 20, root of 20. Minus 8 plus 3 whole square, 2 minus 1 whole square, and 0 minus 2 whole. 25, 26, 26, and 30. So half A, B, and sine of theta. Now I don't have sine of theta, I instead have cos of theta. If cos theta is 4 root 6 over 15, okay, I can convert that to sine theta. I think I might be able to do this with my calculator only. I do cos inverse of the answer that I have, and I put sine of answer. Let's see if it gives me an exact value. No, it's not giving me an exact value, which means that I will have to change this manually. How do I change this manually? Cos square theta plus sine square theta equals to 1. So 4 root 6 over 15 squared plus sine square theta equals to 1. 4 root 6 over 15 squared, 32 over 75, and sine square theta is 43 over 70. If I take a root, so that gives me root 43 over 70. I will have to check if I'm getting the right answers here. Okay, so let's put everything on a calculator then. What's root 600 divided by 2 to root of 43? Give me root of 86. Yep, correct answer. Okay. Okay, moving on. Question number 7 is parametric. Let's start solving the parametric. I will have to calculate dx over dt. That gives me 3 cos 2t into 2. And dy over dt is cot sec square t plus the differentiation of cot can be obtained directly as well, but let's see what's my karna kya hai. I have to convert this to sine square root. Okay, I'm going to do that. I think in the formula sheet you do have a cot. Let me just see if I have the formula sheet. I don't. Let's open the formula sheet. I'm just trying to save time here. I can derive the differentiation as well, but given that in the recent past papers there's this tendency where you are tested, so I just want to show you those as well, and so that I can rely on them for the next thing as well. Okay, let's see किसकी differentiation given है. ये cot की भी given है. It's minus cos x square x. Okay, so minus cosec t cosec square x. Okay, cosec square t. Okay, so dy over dx is then dy over dt, which is sec square t minus cosec square t over 6 cos 2t. Okay, now I somehow need sine square 2t, and it's a 5-mark question, which means that there's some algebra involved. Okay, so 1 over cos square t minus 1 over sine square t divided by 6 cos 2t. Okay, then I have sine square t minus cos square t over cos square t sine square t multiplied by 1 over 6 cos 2t. Okay, so I think I have my solution here. If I change this, okay, and I write this as cos t sine t whole square. Need to take the denominator in the first. I think I'm getting my answer. कुछ numbers की गड़बड़ हुई है. I'm just trying to make sure that that's fine. माइनस तो आना है ऊपर माइनस, नहीं नंबर्स की भी गड़बड़ नहीं हुई आई थिंक, आई एम फाइन। तो -2/3 sin square 2. Okay, lots of identities there. Find the equation of the normal to the curve at the point where t equals to pi over 4. So dy over dx came out as -2 3 sine square 2t. I'm not wrong. 3 sine square 2t. Giving your answer in the form this. So first I plug in. Okay, 2 times pi over 4 is pi over 2. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. 1 square is 1. So -2/3 is the gradient of tangent. Gradient of normal is going to be 3/2. X and y have to be found. X is 3 sine 2t. And y is tan t plus cos t. Tan pi over 4 plus cot pi over 4 are both going to be 1. Okay, so that's 2. So y minus y1 mx. 2y minus 4 3x minus 9. 2y minus 3x plus 5. Yep, that's also correct. Okay, typical question from the past papers. How many questions are there on this exam? 8, 9, 10. This might take time. Okay, so 4 more questions to go. So 7a square, a minus 2x, and 3a plus x. This is a proper fraction, so I can just go on and make my partial fractions. Let a capital A over a minus 2x plus capital B over 3a plus x. A gets multiplied with 3a plus x, and B gets multiplied with a minus 2x. This should equal 7a square. I am used to doing cover-up methods. I think it's going to be easier if you do a comparison in this, but I'm just going to stick to the cover-up. So I take out a value for x that I want the bracket to be equals to 0. So x equals to minus 3a. So 0, a minus 2 times 3a minus 3a. That's 7a equals to 7ab. So b is equals to 1. And then I start off again. I take the other bracket equals to 0, so that a minus 2x equals to 0, and a over 2 equals to x. So that's 7a square and 7a over 2. Okay, there was an a square here. B is equals to a. Okay. Then 2a here. So the partial fractions that I've broken down are 2a over a minus 2x and a over ba plus x. Yeah. Hence obtain the expanding powers of x. Okay, so 2a into a minus 2x and a into 3a plus. Now, this is going to be very confusing because there are lots of terms to take care of, up to and including the term. So both of these expansions have to go up to 3 terms. So x has to be the second term in the bracket. That's true for both of the expressions. Okay. So term number 1 is then the first term. I'm just going to write the formula so that you're not confused, and I'm also not confused. Okay, so term number 1 is a power n. I'm just taking the bracket a minus 2x power minus 1. Okay, where a is a, b is minus 2x, and n is minus 1. Okay, term number 1 is a, term number 2 is so 1 over a, and then the numbers are tricky, so a square over x, no, a square, so that's a square in the denominator, so that's 2x over a square, and then we have the number here, that's 1 and 4, that's 4x square over a cubed. Tricky expansion. So a is 3a, b is x, and n is minus 1 as usual. So term number 1, a power n. Term number 2, n, a, n minus 1, e power 1. Now, if you were using that standard quadratic formula from the formula sheet, I think this would be very um, complicated. I use the formula that kind of merges both the formulas. So written up here top if you want to note it down. That's 1 over 3a. It's minus x over 9a squared. And that's plus, and then that's x square over 27a cubed. क्या नॉर्मल वे से तो वो x के कोएफिशिएंट वो 1 बनाने वाला तरीका होता है. Which is fine if you want to do it that way. I don't do it that way. Okay, so 2a over a plus 4ax over a square plus 8ax square over a cubed a plus a over 3a minus xa over 9a square plus ax square over 27a cube. So 2 plus 4x over a plus 8x square over a square plus 1 over 3 minus x over 9a plus, okay, I think this was a, there's a plus sign. Okay, so the number get added together. 2 plus 1 over 3 is 7 over 3. 4x over a and x over 9a is 4 plus 1 over 9, and an a in the denominator then. 4 plus 1 over 9. 37 over 9 a and x. And then this has become very complicated in terms of adding it up. 217, 427 a square and square. I don't know if that's correct. 35. I'm getting now 37. Maybe I've added incorrectly. 35, yeah. Okay, so tough question. Then it says state the values for which the expansion V is valid. Okay, now whenever you have an expansion that, the first expansion says that a plus, now the rule for this is that if you have the expansion a plus minus bx power n, then your expansion is valid for a over b is less than 1. Okay, the modulus of a over b is less than 1, or you can say that a over b is between minus 1. So this might be a little tricky in this question. Let's try to do it. It says a minus 2x power minus 1. So this expansion would be valid for a over 2 is between 1 and minus 1. And in that case, 3 over 1 should be between minus 1 and 1. So a comes out as between minus 2 and 2, and here a comes out as between minus 1 over 3 and 3. Minus 1 over 3 and 1 over 3. So the more restrictive uh, domain will hold. Why? Because this satisfies this, but this does not satisfy that. Okay, I think that should be the correct answer. No. Oh, I've written this the wrong way. Wait. Modulus of x is less than a over b. Explain the entire question wrong. Sorry. Let's do this again. So that's the range of values. So for the first expansion, a minus 2x is power minus 1. So modulus of x is less than a over 2. And here, if I say 3a plus x power minus 1, so modulus of x is less than 3 over 1. This is the more restrictive. So that's what's going to hold. Okay? Yeah, my bad. I wrote it wrong, so I explained it wrong as well. Okay, find the quotient and remainder. That's simple, I think. You multiply by x square first to get x power 4. Okay, and you get a complementary term that's 4x square. You change the signs of all of these. This cancels out, and you are left with 6 minus 4x square plus 16. Okay, always write them in order because it gets complicated if you don't. So minus 4x square minus 16. You change both the signs. It cancels out, and you get 32. The quotient. You will have to pick one correct answer. गलत हो जाएगा वो. देखो मार्किंग स्कीम में क्या लिखा हुआ है. It says must make a clear statement. Okay. Remainder is 32. That was easy. Now, what you need to understand is that in these questions, now this is an improper fraction. Why did the examiner get you to do the long division in the first part? Because let's say एक कोई भी improper fraction हम ले लेते हैं, 4 times 3 is 12, and you have one remainder. In your O levels and early on in your classes, what you've learned is that this is going to be 3 whole 1 over 4. Similarly, you can also write fractions, algebraic fractions. Then what qualifies as restrictive? What do you mean? The final answer should be the more restrictive, yes. Okay, now the reason they've gotten you to do this is they expect you to then write this in the mixed fraction form. So x minus 4 plus 32 over x square plus 4. Okay, you for mixed numbers you don't write a plus in the middle, but for algebraic fractions you have to write a plus, and then you integrate. This integrates to x cube over 3 minus 4x. Okay, this is the integration of tan inverse. Okay, so this becomes this is, since it's x squared plus 4, so the integration of this would be half tan inverse of x over 2, because 2 is the square of 4 is the square of 2. Okay, and then I have limits, so I'm going to then insert the limits. Sixteen and 2 cube over 3. So that becomes 8 into 3, 24 root 3. I think my calculator can do this directly. Yeah, 24 root 3 over 3 minus 8 root 3, and tan inverse of root 3. My calculator should be in radians. Okay, let's add subtract all of this. 24 root 3 over is 8 root 3, right? So this cancels out with that. So it's 4 pi over 3 and 8 minus 8 over 16 over 3. Over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Yeah. Okay. Those are the correct answers, unless, okay, there was a form that I had to prove. So 4 over 3 common. Pi plus 4 minus coming out is minus 4. I was going to check. No, mine is also coming out as plus. Okay. Question 10 is differential equations. A water tank is in the shape of a cuboid. Okay. 40,000 at time t minutes of depth of the water is formed in at the tank. So volume is changing. 50,000 is coming in. Water is also leaking. So 600 each. Show that this. So I want to show you something about the volume. So volume is basically base area into height. What's dV over dH then? dV over dH is 40,000. So how do you convert dV over dH? You use your chain rule. Whatever way you've learned chain rule, I do it like that. 40,000 dV over dt is 550,000 minus 600h, and dH over dt is what I want to prove to you. Okay, I see a lot of things have been taken common and zeros have been cancelled out. Let's do that too. 0, 0, 0. I have 400 equals to 500 minus 6h over dH over dt. I see another 2 has been taken care of. So 400 dH over dt equals to 500 minus 6h. Divide all terms by 2 to get the required expression. That's 200 dH over dt and 250 minus 3h. Okay, it is given that this, find the time taken for the depth of the water to reviewing an answer correct to this. It's simple integration then. In fact, a very simple question on differential equations. In fact, 250 minus 3h, right? Minus 3h. So 1 over 250 minus 3h, dh, and 1 over 200 dt. So I think I can also keep 200 here. So that gives me 200 ln 250 minus 3h over minus 3 equals to t plus c. So when h is 50, t is 0, ln 150. And the time taken. So 200 over minus 3 ln 250 minus 3 times. This time I want the height to be 80. 80. T plus c. So 200 over minus 3 ln 1. It's just about solving this on your calculator. It's coming out as 336. So 340. Is it seconds or what? Yes, I solved that earlier. This is a very simple question, surprisingly. I hope I've not done anything wrong. I've done something wrong. Is 150? Did I calculate incorrectly? I've calculated incorrectly. मैंने शायद ऐड कर दिया सब्ट्रैक्ट करने की जगह. Not today. I will let you know when the next P1 stream is. I think I've done all November 24th for P1. Let me check what the problem is. I think there's a calculation error. This needs to be 100. Yeah. 153.5. 150. Okay, last question for today. Question number 11. It says the diagram shows a curve this and its minimum point m where x equals to a. Find the value of a correct to two decimal places. Okay, so first I have to go with the dy by dx. I see that I have to apply the product rule. Any tips for M1? I think if you've done the topics, then you should do as many yearlies as possible. I start with the M1 yearlies today in the afternoon. So join in for the M1 yearlies. So dy by dx u dash v plus v dash u. Okay. Equals to 0. So 2 cos x root of 2 plus cos x minus sin x 2 over root of 2 plus cos x. Again, I think I have the liberty of cross multiplying since nothing was common, so I was a little anxious about getting these things correct. Sin x 2 and 2 make 4, so 4 cos x, and the root gets done with, so 2 plus cos x. So I get sin x 8 cos x plus 4 cos square x. Hmm. Let me check if I've done everything correctly. I have both sin x and cos x in the same equation. That's a little odd. Okay, I've forgotten the u. That's what's missing. Now it's fine. I think I can convert everything to cos square x. Eight cos square x plus 8 cos x minus 2. So A, B, and C. So cos x is coming out to be 0.207 and minus 1.207. So that's discarded. This can either be in A or C. So that's has to be in radians. My calculator is in radians. Shift cos inverse of 0.207 is 1.362. The quadrant 1 is just 1.362. Quadrant 4 is 2 pi minus 1.62. 2 pi minus 1.62. 4.92. I hope that's correct. Took me a while to get there. 4.921. There's a rounding off error because I have an allow more accurate even the question states to decimal place. X is 1.35 leading to in the recent past papers this tendency to take so many decimal numbers. I'm just checking at what point they've taken a different number. I don't know, I'm still getting 4.92. In any case, I will have to check at what point it becomes different because you need to point 215. Okay, there seems to be a mistake earlier on, I think. 8, 8 and minus 2. Yeah, that's what I'm checking. कितना rounding off error acceptable है? It feels like nothing is acceptable. But 1.354 is very far away from 1.362. There's possibly another mistake somewhere. Okay, this is the mistake. This is 6, not 8. Yep. There were earlier mistakes. So it's not just a rounding of error. 0.21, 1.354. 4.93. That's fine now. Okay, use the substitution to find the exact area of the shaded region. The first thing that I need to do is first write my original expression and write a sign, write a dx in front of it. And du equals to 2 plus cos x. So du over dx equals to minus sin x. And du over minus sin x equals to dx. So 2 sin x root of u du over minus sin x. This cancels out. I have minus 2 root u du. But I don't have the limits. The limits have to be 0, and I don't know if this is strictly pi. Yeah, that should be pi. Yeah. Walaikum salam. I just want to be absolutely sure, Shan, so I'm going to check if this is exactly pi. Because it's not balanced later on, I don't know, it's balanced. Sin x is 0, sin x is 0 at 0 and pi. Yeah, so it is pi. 0 to pi were the initial limits. 0 to pi here. U equals to 2 plus cos of 0, which is 1, so 3. So the lower limit is 3. And 2 plus cos of pi. Cos of pi for is minus 1, so 1. So our upper limit is 1. So minus 2 outside, or you can just do minus 2 u power half plus 1 divided by 3 over 2, and you have the limits 3 and 1. So remember the upper limit in this case is 1 and the lower limit is 3. It's the other way around. Okay, so that gives me minus 4 over 3 plus 2 power 2 into 3 power. पेज नंबर क्या बेटा ईयरली सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ वो तो अभी लेकिन लिमिट से मल्टी करोगे तो बाहर माइनस हटाना पड़ेगा फिर तो एग्जैक्ट चाहिए फाइंड द एग्जैक्ट अच्छा ये एग्जैक्ट में थोड़ा सा मसला होता है और वो मसला ये होता है कि ये बन जाएगा प्लस 4 इंटू 3 पावर 3 over 2 over 3 okay so for 3 power 3 over 2 it's simply 4 root 3 cubed okay you can put this on a calculator I think in 4 root 3 को cube कर देगा वो अगर कर दे अच्छी बात है 12 root 3 सही है पहले नहीं कर रहा था that's 4 root 3 minus 4 over 3 Ali just use your calculator that's the easy way out yeah it's fine okay that is the end of the paper thank you for watching I will see you with another paper now probably in the next week. Allah Hafiz.